Buenas tardes, bienvenidos. Esto en español, the rest in English. Welcome everybody to this very important day. We're really glad to house a new initiative that we call the Puerto Rico Research Hub at the University of Central Florida. Let me just read the mission, I don't want to miss anything. It's an initiative to investigate the Puerto Rican population and demographic trends to better inform public policy decisions, including housing demands, job creation, health issues, and social integration and education. But we really hope that it goes beyond research and that it serves us to help create partnerships with educational and academic and community associations here in Florida, United States, and in Puerto Rico. The bottom line, I believe, would be to make the life of Puerto Ricans, both in Puerto Rico and in the United States and in Florida, Central Florida in particular, easier and better. I have to say that this is an initiative that is being pushed forward, particularly very strongly from Dr. Fernando Rivera, who is, well, I'll introduce him later, but he has spent a lot of effort and time over the last 2 years to make this a reality. This has been his quest, and he has fought for it until seeing a reality. Us at the College of Science, we understand this is a very important initiative. And why? You may think, why to house and host this initiative here at the University of Central Florida? I may be wrong with numbers, but I believe we have about 1 million Puerto Ricans in the United States. Sorry, in Florida. In Florida. Listen, 135,000, more or less, relocated to the United States after Hurricane Maria. This happened a few months ago. And Central Florida is particularly a welcoming area for those. Between 50 to 75,000 Puerto Ricans have moved into the Central Florida area. Orlando is within the top 8 cities in the United States with the largest population of Puerto Ricans, the largest in Florida. So I believe that this is for these reasons that UCF stands as the perfect location for such an initiative, as we are perhaps the most important, largest academic and research institution in Central Florida. Alright, so with this said, let me just introduce to the 4 speakers that we have here today, one by one. The first one to talk is Dr. Thomas O'Neill. As I have some things to read so that I can introduce them properly. As UCF's Associate Vice President for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, Dr. O'Neill is dedicated to creating and supporting successful and sustainable innovation ecosystems in Florida. In addition to this role as the Associate Vice President, Dr. O'Neill serves as the Executive Director of the UCF Business Incubation Program and the Florida Economic Gardening Institute. His areas of responsibility at UCF include the Sponsored Programs Office, Technology Transfer, Compliance, the Venture Lab, and the UCF Business Incubation Program. So,
thank you. I'm just here to talk about my passion and certainly how we can take my passion and go to Puerto Rico with it. I believe that all communities need an innovation-based and entrepreneurship-based economy to be successful. So we can take some of the lessons we have here in the U.S. and in Florida and help Puerto Rico establish a strong innovation-based culture and innovation to get this stuff out of the lab to the marketplace. Everybody's going to be better off. It's the way the new economies are. They pay higher wages. Folks are happier. And how do we do that? We want to go down there and figure it out. I've run a strong incubation program, one of the biggest in the world. And so my goal will be to go down there and help the incubation system in Puerto Rico become more viable and kind of learn from what we know, as well as build on what they have down there. I've been there already, and they have good stuff down there. So we're not starting from zero, but how we can help them and pass forth the lessons I've learned over the many years. And again, the very basic stuff of how do you figure out if an idea is viable or not, to starting a company, to growing that company, to growing that company to very large through our Growth program, and create a pipeline of companies that Puerto Rico can have that will form there and stay there and enrich the economy, as well as help them penetrate North American markets through our soft landing programs with our incubation program here.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Dr. Fernando Rivera. He serves as an associate professor of sociology within the UCF's College of Sciences, a UCF faculty member since 2005. actually the same year I joined the university. He has established an ongoing research program in the fields of medical sociology, sociology for health, race and ethnicity, and the sociology of disasters. Dr. Rivera is also interim as Assistant Vice Provost of Faculty Excellence, and of course, he is acting as the Director of the Puerto Rico Research Hub.
So, thank you. Gracias. Just want to follow up with Tom. I think we have, like Enrique was saying, in terms of the impact of the Puerto Rican population here in Central Florida. Obviously, the Hurricane Maria brought attention to the movement of Puerto Ricans. That's been going on for a while, since 2006 or so. And we're happy, we're excited that we're able to provide sort of our research capacity to actually create partnerships and come up with creative solutions to some of the challenges that the Puerto Rican population is facing out here. And at the same time, we're just providing the blueprint for other communities as well. I think the struggles of the Puerto Rican community here in Central Florida are the same for most of the Central Florida communities. We're talking about jobs, we're talking about housing, we're talking about education. So the more we can put our heads together, the more we can collaborate and put forward those type of efforts, the more we can do about it. And I think this is the role of UCF as a 21st century university, and start providing those innovative ideas. And I'm happy that I have the support of my colleagues at the university and the business community as well in terms of moving this forward. So thank you again for being here, and look forward to the remarks of my other panelists here.
The next speaker is Mr. Joseph Rivera. Mr. Rivera serves as the President and Advocate of the Florida Hispanic American Chamber of Commerce for the Orange County and Orlando chapters. He has a long career in business development, advertising and public relations, and radio and television production. Mr. Rivera is the President and founder of several companies, including Villamanan Holdings Incorporated, as well as Grand International Productions.
Thank you, Mr. Lebarco. So we're very pleased to be here today. In essence, we're announcing a partnership that was developed, and I think we're the first ones to step up to the plate when our dear friend and Puerto Rican fellow countryman, Fernando Rivera, took this initiative. We showed up when it was announced. We were there with you and Mr. Del Whitaker, supporting this creation because we believe in it. We want a strategic partnership that will work, and we want to put meat behind it. We want to make it happen. How we expect to do that, in fact, in the past, as president of the Spanish Chamber of Commerce in Puerto Rico, I was telling Mr. Del Barco, we had the good fortune of meeting with the president of Spain and a few other people, and we worked out a great collaborative agreement where we made things happen in trade between Spain and Puerto Rico. So that's what we want to do with the Puerto Rico Federal Affairs Office in Orlando with Ilia Torres, that couldn't be here today, but we want to be that force that when Puerto Ricans come over to do business here, or Floridians or Puerto Ricans in Florida want to do business in Puerto Rico, they will have the data from the research center, the Puerto Rico Research Hub, available to them. And we will also open our doors to our 7 collaborative chapters in the state of Florida. Among them, Gladys Ferrer is here today. She's the president of the Osceola and Kissimmee chapter. And Gladys, with our other offices, are opening the doors so that this center can explain what is it that it is set out to do, what are the objectives, the purposes, and facilitate the communication between the university and the Puerto Rican business community and Hispanics in the States of how this center can serve the interest of economic development and businesses and entrepreneurs that want to create job opportunities and business. So the university, being the second largest in the United States, the Puerto Rican community having its largest presence now, it's actually in Orlando, along with New York City, and we have over 5.5 million Puerto Ricans in the U.S. And with this gentleman here, mastermind of incubators and accelerators, we had his time, and we appreciate that we were able to meet as business people and also as members of this chamber to discuss ways we can help his office, who leads over 15 business incubators in Central Florida, right?
It's getting bigger.
It's getting bigger.
It's 10.
Okay, 10. But you probably get 5 soon in Puerto Rico, yeah. So in Puerto Rico, he's helping develop business incubators and accelerators with the government of Puerto Rico. This was an agreement signed with the governor, with the Secretary of State, Luis Gerardo Rivera Marín, and the Secretary of State. I just spoke with him over the phone. He sends his regards to all of you. He's very supportive of this initiative. He knows we'll make it happen. So Tom O'Neill is helping the government of Puerto Rico, meaning 2 meetings you had. You sign agreements with the governor, the Secretary of State, the President of the University of Puerto Rico, and the Secretary of Economic Development and Commerce, Mr. Manuel Lavoy. So that all was said over a year ago prior to Maria. Then in March, you went there and visited with them again. We're wanting to help him make that happen in Puerto Rico and create business incubators and accelerators for Puerto Ricans to be able to bring business over to Florida and the rest of the mainland. And we also want to help Mayor Demings in Orange County and as mayor of Orange County and Mayor Buddy Dyer in helping Puerto Rican businessmen develop their entrepreneurial spirit, create new business, work, and economic development. When we do that, we make the community grow. It's not only important to get housing support and education, which is the basis of it all, but we need economic development. It's how things improve, and that's the American way, so we want to help in that regard. So with us, we have the founder and executive director of the Florida Hispanic American Chamber of Commerce, and I want Mr. Santo Arroyo to explain how is it that we work, and through his support is that we made this partnership happen, and we're signing this collaborative agreement again, serving as a spokesperson for the center at the university with the Puerto Rican business community, and also helping them procure the funds that are very important and necessary to make it happen. So we'll try to get sponsors and the business that we work with, from Home Depot and AT&T to others, to help the center in making it happen and communicating and getting the information through the network. So let me just add, August 18th with UCF, we conducted, and you were there, 16 seminars on how to build and grow a business. This was a partnership between the Florida Hispanic American Chamber of Commerce and UCF. So that's how we got started when we established our chapter here. That was our first initiative, as it is today. As a chamber, we expect to do like the Spanish Chamber of Commerce did in Puerto Rico, facilitate for the government of Puerto Rico this whole process. And with that, I would just add that we participated in Puerto Rico Business Summit 9 and our future summit in Miami to develop Puerto Rican businesses. And we collaborate with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando and the Puerto Rican Chamber in Central Florida. But these chambers mostly serve this area. We're a network, and that's where I'd like Mr. Arroyo to explain further on how we want to make this happen.
Sure. Thank you, Jose Luis. As Jose Luis mentioned, my name is Santos Arroyo. This initiative started last year under the Florida Hispanic American Chamber of Commerce, which is a coalition of Puerto Rican Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in the state of Florida. We cover all the way from Jacksonville to Polk County, Orlando, Palm Beach County, Broward, and Miami. And our mission is simple, is to strengthen the economy of the state of Florida by uniting communities and businesses. And our vision is to become a premier chamber of commerce where we can positively advocate and impact legislation for the benefits of all. And we're very proud to be here today to support the Puerto Rico Research Hub. We believe it's a very needed initiative, and we're looking forward to start reading statistics about the impact of our Hispanic and Puerto Rican, especially Puerto Rican community in the state of Florida. We keep on growing, and we need to find ways to measure our growth and how our growth is positively impacting the state of Florida. And today, on behalf of our Florida Hispanic American Chamber of Commerce organization, we would like to present a check to you to support your initiative, not just with wording, but with action. And that's what we're all about in our organization and in this coalition of Puerto Rican Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. It's all about action.
Thank you, Santos.
Congratulations, yeah.
I believe that this is the first chamber, other than asking the university for time and sponsorship to be able to speak at an event. Thank you, congratulations.
Yeah, you doesn't flow the other way.
Yeah, so this way, we're coming here, we're stepping to the plate, we're there with Cruz Achao, Telemundo, and everybody that was helping out when you first launched it and supporting you in that, but we also want to be the first ones to step up to the plate and make it happen and show by example. Let me read very briefly the collaborative agreement we're signing with you all today. This memorandum of understanding for an organization of cross-collaboration agreement, the agreement is entered into and by the Florida Hispanic American Chamber of Commerce, a Florida not-for-profit corporation with its principal base of business in Westgate Avenue, West Palm Beach, and the Puerto Rico Research Hub at the University of Central Florida with primary business at this university. And the purpose of the collaboration is as follows: to communicate the organization information, news releases through our statewide network and channel sponsor, Cruza Channel, and Telemundo and all the other media that are here present, I'm sure will collaborate. Introduce the organization to the various chapters members through luncheons and our networking events without sponsorship fees. And participate in the organization of events as an affiliated institution with our chamber presence through our leadership and banner. Invite the organization to our expos and forums throughout the state at no attendance or admission charge, at times as sponsor if collaborating in kind, and include the organization logo in our websites and Facebook pages as an affiliated and endorsed institution. Collaborate with the organization to seek grants and donations from corporations and members, and organize an annual event with the organization, the Research Hub, to disseminate, share information of economic and social development in areas of opportunity for progress. So we'll sign this today with the Associate Dean, Mr. Fernando Rivera, and Mr. Santos Arroyo, if you will. Yeah. So we'll have you here. Entonces, acá, ¿dónde iniciar? Fernando Rivera, yo voy a firmar acá. Santos, tú vienes conmigo. Y para el propósito de la foto, if you guys can get near us here for the signing. Santos. So now it's official, we have to do it, huh? Thank you. We had a great meeting. First time we met with you, I knew this gentleman was going to help the government of Puerto Rico and our Puerto Rican business to make it happen, so we're very appreciative. We're just trying to put the wheels on the machine to make it move, and as an engineer, you know, the wheels are important.
I know.
So we're available for any questions you may have. That's the official part of this presentation today. Any questions for the media, you're welcome.
Bueno, pues hablando un poquito más ahora en familia, ¿qué creen que podemos hacer más de inmediato para que funcione esto? O sea, Fernando Rivera nos puede decir, y usted, ¿qué es la manera, aparte de lo que firmamos hoy, que podemos hacer que esto sea de inmediato beneficio para el centro y la universidad?
Bueno, yo creo que la prioridad ahora es comunicar lo que estamos haciendo, ¿no? Hay muchas agencias, empresas, distintos grupos en la comunidad que quieren ayudar. Y ahora yo creo que la prioridad es cómo pueden ayudar, cómo podemos ayudarlos a que se establezcan todas esas colaboraciones y podamos utilizar todo lo que podemos ofrecer aquí en la universidad para adelantar la causa, ¿no?
¿Qué organizaciones al momento han expresado interés en ayudar, que puedas decirnos? O sea, que hayan, no necesariamente hecho un acuerdo de colaboración como este, pero que hayan hecho algún compromiso.
Bueno, compromiso formal todavía, pero conversaciones
informal
con distintos grupos, grupos sin fines de lucro, empresas, entidades académicas, otros académicos en los Estados Unidos.
Y a nivel de gobierno de Puerto Rico, la oficina que tienen acá en Orlando, han conversado, me dijo
También,
ella.
claro, nos mantenemos en muy buena comunicación con...
Lo importante es que ayuden con
Claro,
firmeza
claro,
en algún
claro.
momento.
No, absolutamente. Y pues tenemos buena colaboración con el Puerto Rico Federal Affairs Administration,
Con Ilia Torres acá.
En la oficina aquí de Orlando.
Sí.
Y pues muy buenas colaboraciones también y pues discusiones también con el sistema de la Universidad de Puerto Rico, el sistema Ana Geméndez, distintos tipos de instituciones. El apoyo que hemos recibido hasta ahora ha sido increíble, ¿no? Académicos en Arizona, en Michigan, inclusive
FIU también.
FIU,
Sí.
FSU, USF, distintos tipos de grupos, ¿no? Yo
El
creo
mismo
que
grupo de jóvenes aquí, porque se nos fue José Luis Rivera, que trabaja con usted también.
claro, y el Puerto Rico Student Association aquí en UCF ha sido fundamental, ¿no?
¿Estuvieron ahí dando la mano cuando se lanzó?
No,
Lo
claro,
vi allí, sí.
absolutamente, absolutamente. Bueno, y el apoyo también pues de nuestra administración universitaria también ha sido muy positivo.
El presidente Whitaker veo que tiene un serio compromiso con este proyecto, así que lo que podemos ayudarle, estamos para eso, buscarle los fondos, buscarle que se sepa lo que está haciendo el centro y de diseminar luego los resultados de las investigaciones.
Absolutamente, sí.
Así que buscaremos eso, sea una
La
realidad.
universidad puede tener un papel institucional para simplemente para ayudar a establecer estas conexiones con otras asociaciones, porque bueno, tenemos esa posibilidad, ¿no? Aquí dentro de la universidad, pues encantados.
Están los salones,
Sí,
de hecho el
claro,
auditorio nos sirvió, fue a través de UCF
Sí.
y a través del Puerto Rican Student Association UCF que tuvimos el acceso a los salones para dar los seminarios.
Sí.
Si no hubiera sido por eso hubiera tenido que buscar un centro de convenciones, un hotel, así que son maneras que de hecho la universidad ha brindado las puertas
Sí.
para que se puedan llevar a cabo
Y estructura
esta actividad.
operacional también,
Sí.
para cuentas.
Sí, como una universidad de Estado, esto está abierto para toda la
Importante.
comunidad aquí en Florida Central, en Florida.
Excelente.
Y nosotros estamos muy entusiasmados como Cámara de Comercio, ¿no? En trabajar con ustedes directamente y empezar a fomentar todas estas iniciativas. Yo a nivel personal soy mucho de acción.
Claro.
Le voy a preguntar a mi esposa que me vuelvo impaciente. Y
Estilo americano.
sí, y doy mucho seguimiento a las conversaciones.
Claro.
Todavía no me ha dado Alzheimer, así que espero
Estamos adelante
sí,
todavía.
no se me olvidan las cosas y me gusta, ¿no? Que se vea el fruto. de
No,
las
claro,
cosas,
claro.
¿no? Y que no pasen los años y el tiempo pase y no haya un impacto.
No, claro,
Y,
claro.
y ese es nuestro compromiso y mi compromiso
Si
personal.
puede
No,
unírsenos
gracias,
por
gracias.
acá, al lado del doctor Rivera, y nos pegamos un poquito más. Pues Gladys, nos puedes decir que estás ahora con el grupo de Oceano Kissimmee, ¿qué tú piensas que podemos hacer a nivel del grupo tuyo allá para respaldar esta iniciativa?
Hay que hacer un plan
Ujú.
and kind of strategize
Sí,
so that we all know what's happening and how to better address the needs of the people.
exacto.
So once that plan is put into place, I think all of us will have a better idea on how to
Seguro.
approach it
Seguro.
and how to start working with the details.
Así que
to
ese
get
plan
it done.
con el doctor Rivera se puede coordinar, ¿verdad? De la oficina de allá. Ya por acá en Orlando, pues tomamos unas iniciativas. Sabemos que los más cercanos a Oceano Kissimmee van a seguir con ese proyecto y luego también pues nuestra red. Así que a la mejor disposición estamos.
Gracias.
Gracias a todos ustedes por la colaboración que le estamos brindando al compañero.
Gracias a ustedes.
Saludos.
Gracias.
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 Gracias.